The most vital thing with your relationship with God is your faith. In order for breakthrough to start happening, in order for change to actually start happening, you must have faith. But I know you're probably wondering, like, how can I have faith? How can I strengthen my faith in God? And there's actually three main ways you can strengthen your faith in God. And the first one, obviously, is praying. It's one of the most important parts, because when you pray for strength, for faith, when you pray and ask God for faith, that's when he'll start to give it to you. That's when he'll strengthen your faith. Tell God to take out any unbelief, and also pray for things to start happening in your life. Write them down. So when they start happening, that's when it will start to build your faith. And when it really starts happening, when it really starts to manifest in your life, that's when you'll want to start praying. That's when you'll want to start writing down notes, getting in the word more, because you know the power of God, the power of prayer. It's important that you don't ask for things that aren't aligned with his will, because when you start asking for things for your own selfish desire, God won't give it to you. And then your faith will start to decrease. You'll start to have unbelief in prayer. You start to have unbelief in the things that God can do in your life, because you want it for your own pleasure. And that's why it's so important that you abide in his word, because when his word abides in you, that's when your heart will change. You will have a new heart, and all that you will want is to glorify God. All you will want is to ask for things that will bring you closer to God, instead of it always being you. So yes, pray and ask God for strength. Pray that God will take away any unbelief, because even with the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Number two is obviously to watch people's testimonies. If you're struggling with how God can work in people's lives, how God can actually answer someone's prayers, then it's important that you actually watch other people's testimonies, because you know if someone else is getting their prayers answered, that means that you can get your prayers answered too. And this is actually something that helped me along with my walk. It actually helped me at the beginning when I first got saved. I used to watch a whole bunch of testimonies on how people got saved, how God is actually working in their life, and that built my faith. It made me want to read the word more, knowing that God still works to this day, even on how people got saved, but also how God speaks to them, how God uses them in their everyday life. And when I started applying what they did, I started to see that happen in my life too. That's why it's important that you watch other people's testimony, because Jesus has done a lot, and he be changing people from, drug dealers to now preachers, man, and God be working a lot, even in different aspects, financially and everything. So if you continue to watch those, and you continue to see other people's testimony, even my testimony, it could build your faith. But once you start watching those, that's when you will start to strengthen your faith. Also, third, having that relationship with God. So spending time with God, meaning not just praying, but also reading the word, also fasting, also worshiping. Because in order to have faith in God, you have to have a relationship with him. So no, not just going to church on Sunday, but actually spending time with him in the word. And I always put it like this. Reading the word is getting to know God. Praying is talking to God. And worshiping and fasting is getting more intimate with God. And you have to realize those three things, that's what we have to do to get a relationship with even a human. We have to go on dates, get to know the person. We have to communicate with them. And in marriage, you have to get more intimate with them. And if you don't do those things, you're going to lose your relationship with them. You're going to lose your faith in a relationship. And it's going to be the same thing with God. If you're not spending time with God, then your faith is going to start to fall away. You're going to start to go back to the world. So start spending time with God. Start spending time in the word. And that's when you will start to build your faith. That's when you'll start to encounter God's presence. That's when you'll start to have the fruits of the Spirit. You'll see change. You'll see the things happening in your life, and you will also feel his presence. So these are the three things that will help you build your faith. Now, I can easily do a part 2 on it, getting more deep in the scriptures. I'm actually kind of low on time right now, but I do appreciate all of y'all for watching. I appreciate all the support, but I hope you can apply these to your life and really start to see a difference in your faith. I hope this edified you, and appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. So y'all stay blessed.